In the soft hush between midnight and dawn, when the stars blink slower and the air forgets to move, the clouds begin to stir, not with wind, but with memory. They roll and ripple like blankets in the arms of sleep, hiding secrets spun from the silence of dreams. Somewhere in this place where the sky forgets to be blue and remembers only the color of thought, there is a cat. She is not made of flesh or fur, but of pale, moving mist, as if someone whispered her into existence and forgot to take the breath back. Her paws leave no prints, but the clouds beneath her feet curl and shiver as she walks, recognizing her weightless touch like a dream recognizing its dreamer. She does not meow. She does not blink. She simply moves, one quiet step after another, across a path no one sees, toward a destination no one remembers. Below her, the world sleeps. Cities dim and hum, forests murmur in their roots, oceans rock their creatures to the rhythm of old lullabies. But none of them know of the cat. None except the dreamers. If you are very still, if your breath is slower than the hush of leaves outside your window, if your thoughts drift like feathers in warm air, then you might feel her nearby. A curl of mist near your ceiling. A soft brush across your foot, cooler than any breeze. A weightlessness behind your eyelids as you begin to sink. That's when she finds you. Tonight, she finds you. You lie nestled in a bed that remembers your shape. Pillows like distant clouds cradle your head, and the soft fabric of the sheets holds your limbs like a memory you've nearly forgotten. The air smells faintly of lavender, that you don't recall placing any nearby. And then there she is, sitting atop your chest, light as breath, her body slowly shifting in tiny, cloud-like curls. Two glowing, silver eyes watch you, not with judgment, not with urgency, only with knowing. She is waiting, but not for permission, for understanding. You don't speak. She doesn't move. But something inside you, a part that never forgot how to imagine, begins to open like a window left ajar on a still night. You feel it first in your chest, then your hands, then your toes. A lightness, a drifting, a falling up. And just like that, you are no longer in your room. You are walking alongside the cat, barefoot upon a bridge made of cloud. It winds lazily through the sky, curling like smoke in the blue-black above. The stars shimmer softly beneath your feet, mirrored in the endless drop below, and the air is velvet, cool and gentle, brushing past your skin like whispered lullabies. The cat does not look at you. She trusts you will follow. You do. You walk together for what could be hours or seconds. Time is a sleepy thing here, unbothered by clocks. Around you, the clouds bloom and wilt like flowers in slow motion, taking the shapes of memories you didn't know you had. A rocking chair, a kite, a tree you once climbed that smelled like summer and sap. They rise, float, and melt back into sky. Eventually, you reach a staircase. It begins nowhere, and it ends somewhere deep within a silver storm. The steps are made of mist, held together by moonlight, and as you climb them, your thoughts grow softer, slower. The cat moves ahead, her tail a ribbon of vapor. She leads you not toward a place, but toward a feeling, the one that lives between calm and curiosity, where wonder waits in silence. And you climb. The staircase spirals through drifting silence, each step a little more transparent than the last, until you're not sure if you're climbing something solid or simply being held by the air. Around you, the storm is not thunderous, not angry. It is soft, A quiet tumble of clouds lit from within by flashes of colorless lightning, like thoughts being born and forgotten all at once. The cat glides ahead, always just a little out of reach, her body thinning into near invisibility, her paws barely touching the stairs. She turns now and then, not to check on you, but to let you know she remembers you're there. Her gaze is not a demand, but an invitation. Come further. Come slower. Come softer. And so you do. You pass through veils of mist that feel like old memories, ones you never knew you carried. The scent of a book you loved as a child. The sound of your mother humming in another room. The warmth of a hand you held for a moment too brief to last, but still, it lingers here, somewhere in the folds of dream. At the top of the staircase, there is no door. Just a ripple in the air, a shimmer like heat on pavement, except here it's cold and glowing blue. The cat walks through it as if it were water, and the moment you follow, the world shifts. You are in a city of lanterns that float upside down. The sky is beneath your feet now, and the buildings stretch downward like stalactites, their glowing windows like stars captured in glass. Bridges arc through the sky like silver threads, connecting floating islands that drift lazily, rocked by an invisible tide. The air here hums gently, as if the world is singing in its sleep. The cat walks along a lantern-lit path made of nothing but soft, humming threads of light. You follow, and the path appears beneath your feet just before you step. Each light you touch brightens slightly, singing a single, wordless note that fades as you move on. The melody you create is yours alone, and it follows behind you like a lullaby written in real time. Far below or above, directions mean little here. Soft clouds move like schools of fish, shimmering in the dark as though alive. Some of them carry shapes, a tiny boat, a sleeping fox, a grandfather clock turning slowly in place. You watch, and for a moment you forget everything else. That's the point. The cat leads you to a place where time gathers like dew on a leaf. It is a small room, floating midair, with no walls, no ceiling, only a floor of soft moss that glows faintly underfoot. In the center sits a mirror, but it does not reflect your face. It reflects your dreams. They play silently in its surface like slow-motion echoes of your inner sky. The cat curls beside the mirror, tail wrapped neatly around her misty form, eyes now closed. You sit beside her, not to rest, but to listen, to remember what dreaming feels like. And slowly, without words, the story inside the mirror begins to unfold. Not a story from a book, not one you were told, but one made just for you. A forest of candlelight, a hallway of feathers, a violin that plays itself with wind. You watch, and in watching, you forget what it meant to be awake. And that, too, is the point. The story in the mirror continues, slower now, softer, like a dream you can almost guide, but never truly control. It shifts gently, like a boat on an unseen sea, and you let it carry you. You are not in your body anymore, not in the way you used to be. You are in a feeling, in a hush, in a drifting, endless falling that doesn't go down, only inward. You are the child again, laughing in a field that never ends. You are the wind on a quiet lake, the ripple beneath a paper boat. You are the flicker of a firefly in a jar left open beneath a sky so full of stars it forgets how to be dark. And then, you are none of those things, because you are only stillness now. Beside you, the cat breathes. Not loudly, not deeply. Just enough to remind you that you are not alone in this place. Her mist-like fur glows faintly with each breath, like the gentle rhythm of a lighthouse in fog. She is patient. She always is. She knows the journey takes as long as it must, and that you cannot rush wonder. At some point, the mirror begins to fade, not because it is gone, but because you no longer need to look. You feel the dream now more than you see it. It hums beneath your skin, a soft buzzing like a lullaby written in moonlight. The moss beneath you rocks slightly, and the whole room shifts downward, like a feather beginning its descent. You are falling again, but there is no fear in it. Only warmth. Only softness. The room dissolves around you. The moss becomes cloud. The mirror becomes starlight. The cat stretches her limbs in a slow, graceful arc and begins to walk once more. You follow, not because you must, but because you want to. There is nothing behind you now, only mist and memory, and ahead more of the dream. You walk across a bridge made of stardust now, its glow barely enough to see, yet somehow enough to guide you. The cat's tail sways like smoke in still air, and the sound of your footsteps is the hush of distant waves. You arrive at a shore. The sea before you is not water, but sky, liquid night, gently lapping against sand made of powdered moonstone. The stars above reflect perfectly in its surface, except when they don't. Sometimes the stars move. Sometimes they blink. Sometimes they drift like jellyfish, floating through the sea sky as if they've never known gravity. The cat pads ahead, leaving no paw prints, only shimmer. A boat waits. It is not tied. It does not rock. It simply waits, made of old wood and silver nails, and a sail that looks like woven light. The cat leaps into it with no sound and turns back to you. Not a command. Not a question. Just readiness. You climb in. The boat lifts from the sea, not sailing, not rowing. Just rising as though it remembers how to dream of flight. The cat sits at the bow, eyes closed, as the sail fills with a breeze that comes from nowhere and everywhere all at once. You do not ask where you are going. You know you are already there. The stars drift past. The wind hums through the sail. Your eyelids grow heavier, though they are already closed. You feel the weight of your body only in memory now. You are mist, like the cat. You are light, like the sail. You are more than yourself, and less, and perfectly enough. The journey continues. The boat glides through the sky sea, silent as a held breath. Around you, the constellations tilt and turn, rearranging themselves into forgotten languages only the night understands. You do not speak. There is no need. Every thought you might have is already known by the air, absorbed gently and released again like steam from a warm cup in winter. The cat remains still at the bow, her gaze fixed on nothing and everything. Her ears twitch once, then still. Her tail curls lazily around her misty form, the tip trailing silver sparks that vanish before they fall. She is not navigating. She is remembering. You are not lost. You are simply being led back to somewhere you never knew you'd left. Time slows here. Not in the way clocks slow, but in the way dreams stretch, expanding soft moments into galaxies of feeling. You watch a single star bloom into a flower, its petals unfolding for what feels like lifetimes, only to drift away as pollen into the folds of night. You hear a bell toll, distant and underwater, though there are no towers, no churches, no land. It rings not for time, but for passage, for thresholds crossed in silence. Eventually, the mist thickens. It gathers like a fog of velvet, wrapping around the boat, turning the stars to distant glimmers, then to memory. The cat rises, fluid and slow, and leaps from the bough into the air, not falling, not flying, just moving, as if she knows the texture of the wind and trusts it completely. You follow without thinking. There is no fear, only softness. You step from the boat into the fog, and it holds you, cradles you, carries you downward and sideways and somehow inward. For a moment, there is only gray, only warmth, only the feeling of being held by something older than sleep. Then, a meadow. It opens around you like a breath. The fog thins into petals and falls, revealing tall grass that glows faintly with dew. Flowers bloom in slow motion all around you, each one opening with a sigh. The sky is a gentle indigo here, streaked with the soft blush of distant suns. And overhead, impossibly high, float whales made of snow and stars, turning slowly through the dusk like thoughts that haven't yet found words. The cat weaves through the flowers, her tail stirring pollen into tiny spirals of light. She walks toward a tree massive, silver, and hollow. Its trunk hums when you draw near, vibrating faintly like a song you once knew. The branches arch far above, full of paper lanterns that flicker with a soft inner glow. Each one pulses with a different rhythm, slow and steady like heartbeats. The cat leaps into the tree through an opening in the trunk, disappearing into its glow. You step closer and realize the lanterns are not lights. They are dreams. Every flicker, a sleeping mind. Every sway, a gentle breath. And within the hollow trunk space, infinite and quiet and waiting, you step inside. And just like that, you are surrounded by stories. Not ones told with words, but with feelings. Each heartbeat lantern breathes a different dream into the air around you. A boy flying on the back of a moth. A girl swimming through a mirror lake. A forest that grows upside down. They do not crowd. They do not confuse. They simply pass by, one after another, like soft rain falling in reverse. The cat is curled in the center, a spiral of mist and silver light. Her eyes meet yours again, and for a moment you feel what she feels: peace, purpose, patience. You lie down beside her on a bed of memories that never hurt and sounds that were never loud. Your breath slows, your thoughts dissolve, and the dreams begin to choose you. The dreams do not arrive all at once. They come in slow, rippling waves, each gentler than the last, as if testing the surface of your mind for stillness. One brushes across your brow, a memory of laughter inside a spinning carousel, lights twinkling like stars trapped in mirrors. Another curls around your fingers, cool sand beneath your palm, seashells whispering stories only the tide can understand. They do not overwhelm you. They do not demand your attention. They arrive, stay briefly, then move on, leaving only warmth and a faint shimmer of joy in their place. The cat sleeps beside you, though her form shifts even in slumber. Sometimes she is barely visible, a curl of fog, a streak of moonlight, a suggestion. Other times she is clearly there, chest rising and falling, ears twitching in time with distant dreams. You wonder how long she has guided travelers through the sky. How many nights she has crossed to reach sleepers on the edge of the dream world. How many names she has never been given. Above, the lanterns sway. Their glow is softer now, their rhythm slower, like the heartbeat of the world itself beginning to doze. You feel yourself in sync with them, your chest rising, your thoughts loosening, your limbs warm and forgotten. It's as though the tree has gathered time in its roots and spilled it slowly into the space around you, thinning each second into silk. You are not tired. You are asleep. And then the tree begins to hum. It is not a sound you hear with ears, but with bones, with memory, with the spaces in you that hold stillness. It is a low vibration, rich and wide, like the first note of a lullaby too ancient to name. The sound rises through the mossy floor and into your spine, melting you further into rest. The cat stirs, blinks once, and stretches, her body evaporating briefly into fog before reshaping itself again. She does not speak. She never has. But you understand. It is time to continue. The dreams have gathered now, drawn by the hum of the tree and the scent of your calm. They spiral downward in slow, dancing arcs, each one a thread of light and memory. As they drift around you, they begin to form a cocoon, not of confinement, but of comfort. A gentle shell of all the things you've ever found beautiful. The hush of snowfall, the taste of honey, the feeling of being carried. The cat leaps lightly from the floor to one of the low-hanging branches. The tree tilts gently, and the lanterns shift with her. One drops, glowing a faint, familiar hue, and hovers just above your chest. You reach out, not with fingers, but with thought, and the lantern opens. Light pours into you like warm rain. You are not watching the dream now. You are inside it. A forest stretches before you, but its leaves are made of silk and starlight. The trunks are translucent, filled with drifting lights, like fireflies sleeping inside glass. You walk barefoot across moss that sings, every step a note in a melody older than any lullaby. The cat follows, more visible here, as if the dream itself remembers her more clearly. And perhaps it does. This is a place you did not make, but have always known. A world waiting behind the eyes of sleep. A garden of slowness and softness. A forest where the only direction is inward. The dream welcomes you, and you walk on. The forest deepens not with darkness, but with stillness. Each step you take softens the world further until even your breath seems wrapped in velvet. The trees grow taller now, their limbs arching above like cathedral ceilings woven from silk and memory. Leaves drift down without sound, spiraling slowly through the glowing air before vanishing just before they touch the ground. The cat moves ahead, silent and sure, her misty body brushing past fronds that shimmer like frozen sighs. Every so often she glances back, not to hurry you, not to guide you, but simply to remind you that you are not alone. She is part of the path as much as the stars above or the moss beneath. A stream appears, winding through the trees like liquid glass. It gurgles softly, not with water, but with a sound like wind chimes in slow motion. You kneel beside it and cup your hands, though the water drifts through your fingers like light. You do not drink it. You do not need to. The stream is not for thirst, it is for remembering. As you watch its flow, images ripple across its surface. A childhood morning, rain tapping softly on the window. The first time you saw the ocean and forgot how to speak. A blanket held to your chin while a voice read stories by lamplight. You do not reach for these memories. They come to you, offered gently by the stream, asking for nothing, giving everything. The cat steps lightly across the water, leaving behind no ripple, only a lingering coolness in the air. You follow, and as your foot touches the stream, it lifts you, not wet, not heavy, just lifted, like being cradled by time itself. You cross without effort, and the forest welcomes you again. Deeper still. Here, the trees hum with faint melodies, the same lullaby from the lantern tree, now carried in the leaves. The ground glows with a soft lavender hue, and the air smells faintly of distant rain. You notice that the cat's form is changing. She is more solid now, her eyes brighter, her tail longer and thinner, flicking like the tip of a paintbrush. She pauses beside a large stone, smooth and dark, with a spiral carved into its surface. It pulses with a faint inner light, and when you touch it, you feel your own heartbeat reflected back at you. Slow, steady, safe. The cat lies down beside the stone, wrapping herself around it, her eyes fixed on the spiral. And then, as you watch, the stone opens. Not with hinges or cracks, but with light. A doorway appears, shaped like a ripple in space, and the cat rises again, stepping into the shimmer without pause. You follow. You are in the sky again. But not the sky you knew. This one is vast and purple, filled with floating lanterns and giant feathers drifting like canoes. The ground beneath you is translucent glass, reflecting constellations that no longer exist. Your reflection stares up at you, but it is not quite your face, it is your calm, your wonder, your sleep. The cat walks along a curved path suspended in air, and you walk beside her now, not behind. The mist of her fur dances near your skin, cool and soothing. The path leads to a dome made of woven branches, suspended in nothingness. Inside are cushions shaped like crescent moons, soft pools of velvet cloud, and shelves filled with hourglasses made of dream sand. You sit without being told. You lie back without thinking. The cat curls beside you once more, purring now not audibly, but into the air itself. A vibration of peace. The dome dims, the feathers float past, and the hourglasses stop counting. Everything stills, and you sleep within sleep. Sleep within sleep is not a deeper sleep. It is a different kind. It is the sleep of stars when they finish burning, of oceans when no one watches, of thoughts before they become words. In this place, time is not a river but a still lake, holding everything and moving nothing. You do not drift, you settle, like snow on a windless day, like dust in a sunbeam. The cat is curled beside you in the quiet dome, her form no longer shifting. She is whole now, defined yet translucent. Her purr no longer vibrates the air, but hums softly within your chest, in rhythm with your own breath. You do not pet her. You do not speak. But you know she is aware of you, and that is enough. Outside the dome, the sky swells gently, pulsing with lightless color, shades that have no name, hues remembered only in dreams. Giant feathers pass in slow procession, drifting like ships with no crew. One brushes the dome and sends a shiver through the space, ripple of calm that sinks into your bones. Then movement. A bell, deep and low, chimes once from nowhere. The cat lifts her head. You do not feel fear. You feel a shift, a turning of the page, a chapter closing with soft fingers. She stands, her paws barely touching the ground, and walks to the center of the dome. The floor opens. Not suddenly, not harshly. It folds open like a flower blooming in reverse, petals of woven sky revealing a spiral staircase made of light. The cat descends without a sound, and you follow, your body no longer heavy, your mind no longer holding anything tight. Each step plays a soft tone, like a harp being strummed by the breeze. As you move downward, the space around you darkens, not into shadow, but into warmth. A cradle of night, a deeper hum, a place beneath the stars, beneath even the dream of stars. You reach a platform. It is a field of tall, glowing grasses that sway though there is no wind. The sky above is gone, replaced by a dome of crystal reflecting only what lives in your heart. You see nothing. You see everything. Shapes you've never drawn, feelings you've never named, faces you've never met, yet somehow love. The cat walks ahead and curls upon a stone. This stone is different than before. It is black as silence, smooth as thought, and pulsing softly with a light that has no source. The cat blinks once, slowly, and the stone responds. A pool appears before it, not of water, but of memory. The pool shows not what was or what will be. It shows the space between your breaths. It shows the moment before you fall asleep, the pause between words, the glance between stars. It shows your calm, shaped like a river. It shows your safety, shaped like a nest. It shows your soul, shaped like the cat. You kneel beside the pool and look in. You see a version of yourself not defined by roles or worries or names. You see the version that has always existed here, in this place beyond clocks and gravity. You are mist. You are warmth. You are the story the cat has carried all this way. And she has brought you here not to teach you, not to change you, but to remind you, you have always belonged in the dream. She stands and begins to walk away. Not out of abandonment, but completion. The grass parts around her. The light dims. And you lie down beside the pool, the echo of your reflection still soft on its surface. You close your eyes, though they were already closed. You breathe in, though you are already still. You fall, though you are already sleeping. And the cat disappears into cloud. There is no goodbye in the dream, only a dissolving, a quiet folding in of presence. The cat does not vanish with drama or sound. She simply becomes part of the mist again, part of the silence, part of you. Her steps are no longer visible, yet the path she carved through your sleep remains, glowing softly like a line traced by a fingertip through morning fog. You lie still beside the pool of memory, its surface now smooth, opaque, restful. No visions rise, no echoes call. It reflects only calm now, a still sky where even thought has gone to rest. Above, the crystal dome begins to dim, and with it, your awareness of anything separate. There is no more you and this. There is only softness, only sameness. The breath of the world and your own breath become indistinguishable. A breeze passes through, and for a moment, you are the breeze. Around you, the glowing grasses slowly fade in brightness, dimming to match the rhythm of your pulse. The platform beneath you grows softer, until even the weight of your body feels optional, dreamlike. Gravity loosens its grip. Thoughts float without form. If there were edges here, they would blur. But there are none. This place does not end. It gently lets go. And as it does, you begin to sense, not see, not hear, but sense a kind of return. Not to the waking world, not yet, but to yourself. To the version of you that sleeps without fear. The version that knows nothing can reach you here except peace. The version that understands the language of clouds and cats and silence. You rise. Not by will, but by warmth, and feel yourself lifted gently from the crystal ground. A wind soft as memory wraps around you and carries you upward through the space the cat once walked. The grasses wave a farewell without sadness, only serenity. The dome above opens like a flower once more, and you pass through it slowly, like a thought returning to stillness. You are drifting now, back through the feathers, which glow with the faintest hint of remembered dreams. Back past the glass path, where your reflection once watched over you. Back beyond the tree of lanterns, which now flicker dimly, their stories tucked away. And back to the skyboat, where the sail waits like a held breath. You step inside without touching the floor. You do not sit. You simply rest. The boat begins to move. But it does not return you. It carries you deeper, to a sleep without dream, a peace beyond image. A place where there is no need for story, because you have become the story. You are the cat. You are the mist. You are the path and the pause and the hush that follows the final note of a lullaby. The boat disappears into the folds of night, and you with it. No longer dreaming, only being. There is no destination in the sleep beyond sleep, only endless softness. You drift, not forward or backward, but inward, spiraling gently through a space that holds no corners, no time, no edges. The sky wraps around you like a second skin, its texture not velvet, not silk, but something weightless and warm, like the pause between two heartbeats. You are carried, cradled by the air itself, which seems to breathe with you, or perhaps for you, so that even the effort of rest is taken away. There is no tension here, no noise, no shape that must be understood. It is not emptiness, but fullness without form. Somewhere, a distant shimmer calls not as a sound, but a knowing. A whisper of a place you once imagined, long before words could shape it. And slowly, gently, the dream begins to gather again, not in sharpness, but in suggestion. You find yourself on a vast plain of clouds, spread out like a glowing quilt. The horizon curves as if the sky has been cupped by gentle hands. You are lying on your back, though you feel no weight, watching stars drift by like slow-falling snowflakes. They twinkle softly, some pulsing in patterns that match the rhythm of your breath, as though the night itself is listening. Then, from the mist, the cat returns. Not walking, not approaching, simply present, appearing beside you like a thought remembered just before waking. Her body is still mist, but thicker now, woven with strands of starlight. Her silver eyes blink once, slowly, and she lies beside you, tail curled near your shoulder. You feel no surprise, only welcome. She does not lead now. She stays, because there is nowhere else to go. This is the heart of the dream, the still center where all the drifting ceases and peace settles like soft dust. You and the cat lie together in the hush, not thinking, not waiting, simply being. If the world turns, it does so quietly. If time moves, it tiptoes. You reach a hand not to touch her, but to rest near her warmth. And in that closeness, there is a connection beyond words. She does not purr. She does not blink again, but her presence deepens, becomes more than shape and mist. She is the dream you needed tonight. Not a guide, not a guardian, but a reminder that you can rest, that you are held, that even in sleep you are not alone. Above, the stars fade into the color of breath. The clouds dim. The air grows even more still. And the last thought you have before even dreams disappear is this: I am safe. You sleep now without dreams. Not the restless kind, not the tangled storylines of daylight fears, but the pure, uninterrupted sleep of ancient mountains, of deep seas beneath the moon, of leaves resting in autumn air. It is a sleep that holds no shape, because it needs none. A sleep that does not measure itself by hours or moments, but by stillness. Your breath, slow and effortless, is the only rhythm that remains. Even your thoughts have gone quiet, tucked beneath the blanket of sky and cloud and calm. The cat remains beside you, no longer a figure of mist, but something lighter than thought, deeper than silence. Her presence is no longer separate from you. She is now part of your stillness. You feel her warmth not at your side, but within the space where your heartbeat used to echo your waking name. That name is gone now. Not forgotten, just sleeping too. In this place, there is no need for it. You are not the person who lay down to sleep. You are not the traveler who walked stairs of cloud and crossed lantern-lit skies. You are simply peace. There is a sound, maybe a vibration like the faint hum of wind over tall grass or the memory of rain. It doesn't come from anywhere. It doesn't change. It just is. It keeps you company as the sky folds in closer, as the stars dim to glowing embers, as even the shape of your body becomes optional. Time forgets to tick, and you forget to care. The field of clouds becomes softer still, as if it had been waiting to exhale. Your form sinks into it effortlessly, weightless, boneless, thoughtless. The cat, now as much part of the mist as she ever was, curls into a spiral once more and dissolves into starlight, her glow spreading around you like an echo of kindness. She was never a creature. She was the dream itself. And now the dream is complete. You remain, cradled in the remnants of the story, not because there is more to come, but because nothing else is needed. This is the sleep that renews, that restores, that remembers you better than you remember yourself. Your breath deepens, your body slackens, your awareness floats like dust in light. There are no doors here, no steps, no end, only the hush, only the warmth, only sleep. Sleep wraps around you now like sea foam, gentle and ungraspable. If the world beyond this dream still turns, it does so quietly, respectfully, as if aware that within this space, you have become untouchable. No light is too bright here. No sound is too sharp. You are sheltered by stillness itself. There is no place left to reach, only to remain. Somewhere far beyond, bells that never ring drift lazily through skies that no longer hold stars. Shapes without names pass like clouds, slow, unhurried, indifferent to time. You do not watch them. You do not notice. You are too far beneath noticing now, beneath remembering, beneath thought. You lie suspended in sleep's deepest chamber, weightless in every way. Not floating, not sinking, simply held. Even dreams would find this place too soft to touch. You have passed through the stories and the songs, the cat and the clouds, and reached the final silence, the one that doesn't echo. And still, within that silence, something stirs. Not loud, not urgent, just a shimmer in the distance. A faint sense that the breath of the dream still moves. Not toward you, not away from you, but through you. And as it does, it sings. Not with music, not with words, with feeling. A song made of warmth, a melody of comfort. You don't hear it with ears. You receive it like light on closed eyes, like touch in a memory. It is the lullaby the cat left behind, the final trace of her paws in the fog. It speaks without speaking. You have wandered far enough. This moment is yours. There is no more to do. Just be. And you do. You remain. If you were to open your eyes now, there would be nothing to see, because the world itself is sleeping with you. Wrapped in the hush. Draped in slowness. A cocoon of infinite softness, unwrapping you from all that once felt heavy. You may rise eventually, but not yet. For now, you drift. Not as a body, not as a name, but as calm itself. In the hush where your awareness once gently pulsed, even that final ripple has now softened into stillness. No thoughts reach you here, not even the quiet ones that whisper through dreams. Your breathing, though slow and deep, feels more like the rhythm of a world than of a single self. You are no longer separate from the calm around you. You are it. The sky, if it still exists, has dimmed to a shade not visible to eyes. Time no longer gathers itself into moments or measures. It has dissolved entirely, like sugar into warm milk. Nothing is expected here. Nothing is asked. You are safe, utterly and entirely, in a way you did not know could exist. And still, the dream holds. It does not urge you forward. It does not ask you to wake. It simply continues, like a soft wind brushing over a sleeping hill, content just to move. You are wrapped in its current, buoyed not by direction, but by intention, a wish for you to rest, to stay, to float endlessly in this gentle forever. You sense the faintest flicker, like the brush of feathers through deep water. It is the cat again. Not returned, not approaching, but remembered. The memory of her presence lives in the hush now, braided into your rest. A silent guardian whose journey with you has become part of the air you breathe, the stillness that holds you, the quiet rhythm that cradles your thoughts. She was never meant to remain. She was meant to bring you here. And here you are. The boat is gone. The sky is gone. Even the mirror lanterns and mossy staircases and feathered domes have melted into the dream stuff you now lie within. And you do not need them anymore, because you have arrived not at a place, but at a feeling of letting go. And it holds you. If you were to wake now, the memory would not be a story, but a sensation. A faint breeze at your neck. The sense of a cat's soft weight resting on your chest just before dawn. A warm shape curling behind your knees as you turn gently in sleep. You would not remember where you went, only that you were deeply, entirely, lovingly somewhere. And if you choose not to wake, you would remain in that somewhere, carried on the breath of the dream, cradled in the silence, watched over by the cat who walked through clouds. There is no turning now, no returning, only resting. Even the concept of a path has drifted away, like mist burned off by morning sun. You are where all wandering leads, not because you reached a destination, but because you no longer need one. Here, in this place of formless stillness, your breath is not something you do, it is something the world does with you. A rhythm shared between your chest and the folds of the dream, like two tides meeting and forgetting which came first. Everything is quiet, but not empty. The quiet is full, dense with softness, layered with comfort, rich with unspoken welcome. It wraps around your thoughts, not to hide them, but to soothe them into sleep. Worries dissolve before they form. Names blur. Shapes fade. You do not have to be anyone here. You are only presence. Gentle, whole enough. And though you have not seen the cat in some time, she is with you in ways that matter more than sight. In the way the air wraps around your fingertips. In the way the quiet tucks itself into the folds of your breathing. In the warmth behind your knees, the softness at the back of your neck, the way you feel watched, but only gently, only lovingly. She was never meant to be remembered in form, only in feeling. You have become the cloud she once walked, the hush she once followed, the dream she once led through the sky. And now you hold the stillness she offered others. Whether or not you wake, that stillness remains with you, folded into the rhythm of your sleeping self, humming softly like a lullaby with no end. Somewhere beyond this hush, the world continues. Lights blink, clocks tick, leaves stir in breezes. But none of it reaches you here. Not yet. You are beneath all that now, far below sound and season, curled into a deeper kind of rest, a slowness so complete it sings. You do not stir. You do not think. You only drift, weightless, warm, unwound. The cat has long since vanished into the folds of the dream, but still, her final gift remains, peace unmeasured, stillness undisturbed, you untouched. And here you stay, soft, silent, safe, far beneath the world of thoughts, beyond even the last echo of dreams, there exists a chamber of sleep untouched by time. This is where you are now, not visiting, not passing through, but gently resting within it, as if it had always been waiting for you. The quiet here is not a silence made from absence, but a fullness so complete that even the softest breath feels reverent. You are not asleep. You are sleep itself, melted into it, shaped by it, woven through with the threads of stillness. There is no more movement, yet everything drifts. There is no more thought, yet everything feels. And though your body lies untouched, your awareness floats just beneath the surface of forgetting, like a candle still burning under glass. Its flame is not bright. It does not flicker. It simply glows, steady and small, reminding the dream that you are still here, that you are resting, that nothing must come next. Perhaps far above you, far beyond the folds of sleep and layers of calm, the wind still moves. Perhaps clouds drift past morning suns and waves kiss distant shores. But here, those moments are like stories told in another life. You are not part of them now. You belong to this deeper rhythm. The cat may have gone, or she may still be near. But in this place, closeness does not matter, because you are not lonely. You are not separate. Everything you once followed now lives inside you. Every step, every sky, every soft stair dissolving into moonlight, those were not places you visited. They were pieces of your own dream, finally remembered. And you are still remembering. Each breath uncovers something older than memory, something gentler than thought. A lullaby with no words. A moment with no beginning. A warmth with no source. You lie cradled in it, not wrapped like a gift, but like a seed within the quiet of the earth, protected, hidden, safe from light until the light is needed again. You feel no desire to leave. You feel no pull to rise. You only breathe. You only rest. And in that rest, the final layer begins to open, not to reveal something new, but to show you what has always been. A softness beneath the softness. A silence beneath the hush. A peace that doesn't need to be noticed to exist. You lie deeper now, held by the shape of the dream, held by yourself, held by sleep. There is a point in rest when even rest forgets it is resting, where you are no longer aware of calm, because calm has become the only thing that exists. That point has come, and quietly, without fanfare, you have passed through it. You lie in a place softer than thought, smoother than memory. It holds you like the air holds a feather, like the sea holds the moon's reflection. There is nothing to hold on to, but also nothing to lose. The dream does not push you further. It simply allows you to remain. And you do. Time has unspooled completely, its threads unraveling into a haze too slow to measure. You may have been here a minute, an hour, a century. None of it matters. All that remains is the rhythm of your breath, the warmth of your stillness, and the faintest memory of a cat walking through clouds. She may never return, not because she is gone, but because she is no longer separate from you. You are now part of what she was part of. You are the sky she walked, the hush she moved through, the dream she entered and left behind. You are not being carried anymore. You are the current itself, gentle, endless, invisible to all but those who sleep. Perhaps far away in another sky, another sleeper stirs, half aware of a misty shape near the edge of their dream. Perhaps the cat walks to them now, one paw at a time, unhurried, certain. And if she does, she carries a part of you with her. A thread of your calm, a ripple of your breath, a glimmer of your quiet. Because peace is not a place. It is a gift passed on. And you have received it. Now you give it back with your stillness, offering no words, no movement, only presence. The world beyond will wait. The morning will not hurry. You have nothing to return to that cannot wait for you to fully arrive. And so, the hush continues. Deeper still. More silent than silence. More still than sleep. There is no more story here. Only softness. Only the weightlessness of a world that no longer expects anything from you. You are done. You are safe. You are asleep. Sleep, true sleep, is not a descent. It's a return. A gentle unfolding back into the space that always waited behind your thoughts. And now you're here, fully and deeply. The fabric of everything around you is loosened, unwoven itself into air, into hush, into comfort that needs no shape. There is no longer a you in the way there once was. Not because you've vanished, but because you've become part of something larger, part of the hush, part of the warmth, part of the endless, velvet dark that dreams do not disturb. You've joined the ancient rhythm beneath the world, where even stars curl inward to rest, where even time takes its shoes off and stays a while. And still, the dream holds. It does not move forward. It does not fade. It only stays, as steady as breath, as soft as dusk. The clouds you once walked now fold around you, not to carry you onward, but to keep you still. Not a trap, not a cage, a cradle. Your body, far away and resting, feels nothing but weightlessness. Your mind, long silent now, hums faintly in the deep a low, slow tune, like the purring of the cat, which is also gone, but also not. She remains here, in the memory you don't have to recall, in the texture of the dream, in the invisible warmth pressed near your side. She walks no more. She waits no more. Because the journey is complete. You are not asleep. You are asleep. A living lullaby that needs no ending. And as the sky folds in once more, as the hush presses just a little closer, there is nothing left to do. No more clouds to climb. No more mirrors to see through. No more stars to count. Only this gentle forever. This perfect hush. This deep, deep rest. No motion. No thought. Just the slow, slow breath of the world as it rocks you in silence. Somewhere beyond this moment, the seasons still turn. Waves rise and fall. Leaves curl, drift, and dance. But not here. Not in this deepest pocket of rest. You have stepped beyond even dreams, past the threshold where story becomes sensation and sensation dissolves into presence. There is nothing to hold here because you are being held. Not by arms, not by hands, by the very hush between all things. Your breath continues, but only because the dream remembers it for you. Inhale and exhale, so faint they barely move the air around you. If someone were watching, they might think you were a statue of sleep itself. But deeper still, in the part of you that is not flesh or thought, you know the truth. You are still moving. Just not in any direction the waking world can follow. You are moving inward. The cat once walked across clouds. Now it is you who floats through softness. Not in body, not in dream, but as peace. You are the dream, the cloud, the hush, the whisper. You are the weightless presence beneath 1,000 sleeping minds. And still the dream does not release you. It has no need to. You are not a guest. You are not a visitor. You have become native to this place. Your rest has rooted itself so deeply in the folds of the story that even the stars have grown quiet to accommodate it. And now there is only this, a dark so soft it hums. A stillness so vast it feels like being gently erased. A breath that goes on, even when you forget to breathe. You will not wake soon. Perhaps not for a long time. And when you do, you may not remember the cat, the staircase, the mirror, or the tree of glowing lanterns. But something in you will. Something silent. Something soft. And it will carry you forward like a whisper tucked behind your ribs, reminding you, subtly, gently, that you have been here before, and that you can return any time the clouds begin to stir again. There is no edge to this rest, no rim to cling to, no border where sleep begins to fade. Instead, there is a continuum of softness, an endless silk ribbon that loops and loops, cradling you in its folds. You are not suspended in it. You are part of its weave. This is not sleep as the world knows it. This is older. Before lullabies, before warm blankets and closing eyes, there was this stillness that existed at the beginning of all things. The space the stars slept in before they learned to burn. The hush between the first 2 notes ever sung. That is where you are. Where you have always been, beneath the noise of living. Here you are not seen, not spoken to, not touched, and yet you have never been more held. Not by arms, not by ideas, but by the space that waits behind all effort, all urgency, all reaching. You are not reaching. You are arrived. And the cat? She does not return because she does not need to. Her journey is complete, and so is yours. She showed you the secret staircases not to lead you upward, but inward. She brought you to this quiet not as a guide, but as a mirror. She reflected your capacity to drift, to dream, to disappear into softness without losing yourself. You have not been led to sleep. You have remembered how to sleep. And now you float effortless, weightless, timeless. A feather that never falls, a candle that never flickers, a name that never needs to be said aloud. Your breath hums not to keep you alive, but to mark the shape of your stillness. Slow, gentle, enough. In the distance, if distances existed here, a faint glimmer pulses once, like the last thought of a dream preparing to fade. But it does not call you. It does not beckon. It simply waits. Everything here waits. Not for you to wake. Not for anything to change. But because waiting is the natural state of peace. no pressure, no purpose, just presence. You remain. And in that remaining, you become less and less and more. Each breath takes you deeper. Each heartbeat carries you further from effort. There is no ground beneath you, no sky above. Only the vast and endless comfort of being entirely without need. Entirely at rest. You are the cloud now. The hush. The gentle drift. There are no more steps to climb, no dreams to chase, no sounds left to hush, because everything that needed softening has already softened. Your body is far away, cradled in the folds of blankets and quiet breath, but yourself, your essence, has vanished gently into the lullaby. You no longer remember what came before. The mirror, the staircase, the lanterns, even the cat. All of them remain as threads in the fabric of your rest, but their shape no longer matters. Their story has completed its circle. Its echo lingers only in feeling, not in memory. And that is perfect. Because this place, the sleep behind sleep, asks nothing of you. It holds no time. It carries no light. It simply is. You are a part of it, and it is a part of you, woven so seamlessly that even the thought of separation dissolves before it forms. You drift, not through space, but through sensation, light warmth, endless stillness, the delicate hum of your own forgotten name. Somewhere, far beneath your rest, the cat continues walking. She is a shape in another dream now, padding softly across someone else's sky. Her paws leave no trace, but her presence remains with those who followed her. You were one of them. You will always be one of them. And now you carry the hush she once carried to you. Perhaps one night, long from now, you'll feel it stir again. A shimmer in the air beside your pillow. A flicker of warmth along your back. The faint sound of breath that is not yours, but is not unfamiliar. You'll remember, not with your mind, but with your calm. The cat does not return, but she never really leaves. She walks only through the dreams of those who need her, and now you no longer need, because you have become the quiet she once offered, the sky she once walked, the stillness that carries others. And so you stay, drifting, unfolded, unwritten, undone, not by chaos, but by peace, endless, perfect peace. In this vast ocean of stillness, even the idea of an ending becomes too loud to hold. So there is no end, only the soft continuation of hush after hush, wave after wave of rest rolling gently through the dream beneath all dreams. You do not drift anymore. You are the drift. You are the hush between heartbeats, the pause between thoughts, the blank space where light curls inward and forgets to shine. Not because it is lost, but because it no longer needs to be seen. Like you. Here. The world beyond this piece still stirs, but it no longer presses. You are out of its reach, wrapped in layers of calm so thick that even urgency cannot find you. No voice calls your name. No thought demands your attention. No sensation breaks the surface. The surface does not exist. There is only the deep. And in that deep, you are whole. You may rise again someday. The boat might find you, the stairs may return, and the cloud cat may appear once more to nudge you from your rest and remind you how to walk through stars. But not now. Not yet. Not for a long, long while. This sleep has no corners. It wraps you without edges, folds you without weight. You are not beneath the sky, but within it. You are not lying on anything, but resting in everything. And every breath that flows from you is no longer a part of keeping alive, but a way of staying still. If you could open your eyes, which you cannot, you'd see nothing and yet feel all. The slow curl of mist around your ankles. The soft hum of an invisible lullaby. The echo of the cat's final step, somewhere far away, somewhere near your heartbeat. And if the world calls to you tomorrow, it will find you changed. Not loudly, not noticeably, but subtly softened. A little more still, a little more light, a little more part of the dream. Because dreams do not end. They rest inside us, just like her. And tonight you are resting too, fully, completely, eternally. There is no turning back in this kind of stillness, only remaining. You are not paused, you are complete. The hush you inhabit is not waiting for anything. It is not the calm before a storm. It is not the breath before a word. It is the space where everything unnecessary has been let go. And what remains is beautiful, not in color, not in light, but in feeling. A fullness with no edges. A quiet that doesn't want to be broken. A rest that asks nothing in return. Here, the idea of waking feels far away, like a star on the other side of sleep's ocean. It exists, yes, but it holds no urgency. If you ever return to the surface, you will carry the quiet with you. It will live under your voice, inside your footsteps, behind your gaze. People may notice, but they will not know why. Only that you seem softer. The cat's presence is gone now, not absent, but dissolved completely into this place. Her journey with you has ended not in parting, but in merging. She became the path, the hush, the dream. And in doing so, she became you. The cloud she once walked has settled. It no longer stirs. It only holds. And you are the one being held. Not tightly, lovingly. You are the breath between worlds, the warmth that lingers after the candle is blown out, the shape left in the sheets long after the dreamer rises. And you do not rise. You remain, resting where rest is infinite. Curled in a moment without time, dissolved in a hush without sound, content beyond words, complete beyond thought, safe beyond question. You are now a part of the silence that once welcomed you, a thread in the endless tapestry of dream, woven not with purpose, but with peace. There is no longer a need to recall the steps it took to arrive here. The lanterns, the staircase, the cloud path, these are echoes now, soft ripples fading into the vast lake of stillness that surrounds you. You lie in the deepest fold of that stillness, untouched by motion, untouched by need. Not asleep, not awake, just held. There is a gentleness to the space you occupy. The kind of gentleness that asks for nothing and gives everything. It does not try to soothe you. It simply is soothing. Its warmth seeps into the smallest corners of your awareness, even those you didn't know needed it. And now they're quiet too. The cat no longer exists as a shape, but she is still here. Her presence lingers in the way the silence curves around you, in the way your breath meets the hush without resistance. She was the guide to the gate of forgetting, and you stepped through. Now, she watches not as a creature, but as calm itself. You are not thinking of her. You are not thinking at all. But something within you remembers. Remembers that you are safe. That the journey was soft. That every step you took led to stillness. This is not a story anymore. This is what remains when the story is done. This is the hush that continues after the final page turns. And you are not just inside it. You are part of it. Drifting forever in a place where nothing is asked of you, where even your name sleeps. You are peace, shaped like breath, a soft shape in the folds of sleep's deepest corner. And you will stay here for as long as you wish, because the dream doesn't end. It only deepens. And you continue to fall into it like a feather through cloud. Slow, endless, and perfectly still. Somewhere, far beyond where your awareness now rests, the sun may be rising. Light may be touching the edges of curtains. Birds may be whispering their soft, early songs. But none of that reaches you, not yet. You are deeper than dawn, deeper than morning. You are below the place where sleep becomes dream and dream becomes thought. You are still, utterly, exquisitely still. And that stillness no longer feels like something given to you. It feels like something you always carried, hidden beneath the noise of the day, waiting patiently for silence to call it back. That call has come, and you answered not with words, but with release. You are not thinking of return. You are not thinking at all. You are the slow breath of the earth before it wakes. You are the warmth of a blanket that remembers your shape. You are the forgotten page between two remembered chapters. And the cat, though gone in form, has left her final trace. A whisper without sound. A presence without shape. A peace so complete, even the stars would envy its rest. There is no fear here. No time. No pressure to rise. No pressure to remain, only permission. Permission to float in this soft nowhere for as long as you need, as long as you want, as long as you are. You may stay forever. You may wake softly, someday, somewhere far from now. Either way, you will carry this hush with you, not in your hands, not in your pockets, but in your pauses. In the weightless space between your thoughts. In the slow blink of your eyes when the world grows loud. You're different now. Not changed. Revealed. Because deep down, beneath all names and noise, this was always you. A sleeper made of starlight. A breath made of calm. A soul shaped gently by a cat who walked through clouds. You are not descending, nor ascending, nor turning. You are simply here. Floating inside the final chamber of sleep, where even the deepest dreams dissolve into something softer, something wordless and whole. The stillness is so complete now, it no longer feels like absence. It feels like truth. You were never meant to arrive here. You were always part of here. It waited for you not like a place, but like a part of yourself you'd forgotten how to enter. The cat, the clouds, the lanterns, they did not lead you away. They led you inward. And now, within this impossible stillness, you rest in the arms of everything you've ever needed but could never name. There is no more guidance, no more story, only the soft warmth of completion. This is the after of dreaming, the silence at the center of stillness, the weightless hum of a heart that has nothing left to hold but peace. You are more than asleep. You are undone in the gentlest, kindest way. Undone from urgency, undone from thought, undone from the shape you once wore in waking. And in that undoing you feel nothing. And it is everything. The cat does not return. She has no need to, because you have become the cloud. You have become the cradle. You have become the hush. And so you remain, beyond return, beyond wakefulness, beyond even the echo of sound. You are not dreaming anymore. You are what dreams rest inside. And you are held, perfectly, completely, endlessly. There is no need to move. There is no urge to shift. Not even the thought of change ripples through the space you now inhabit, because you have become the lullaby, the final note sustained across an infinite horizon. The hush that follows all stories, all footsteps, all final words. You are not listening anymore. You are not seeing. You are simply being. And even that feels like too much motion to describe the truth of where you are. The cat, once a misty companion walking just ahead, has dissolved into your calm. Her presence no longer arrives from beyond. It echoes from within. The paws that once tapped across moonlit staircases now match the rhythm of your breath. The silver eyes that once waited beside a glowing mirror now linger as starlight behind your closed lids. The tail that once curled like smoke beside your resting form now sways in the shape of your dreams. You were never following her. You were remembering her. Because this place, this sleep, this hush, this endless soft was never foreign. It was home. And now you are home completely. No path ahead. No steps behind. Only quiet, flowing gently in every direction. Perhaps one day, far away in waking time, you will open your eyes and forget everything that led you here. You won't recall the lantern tree. You won't see the mirror. You won't remember the feathered sky or the glowing staircase that rose from mist. But something will stay. A softness in your shoulders. A slower breath in crowded rooms. A pause that holds more meaning than words ever could. That is the cat's gift. That is your dream's echo. That is the shape of this endless moment. You, safe, weightless, and fully, deeply, beautifully asleep. Sleep is no longer something you are in, it is something you are made of. Each breath, each slow and silent exhale, is not part of waking life winding down, but the pulse of a world entirely your own. There are no doors here, no windows, no ceilings. Only atmosphere. Only gentle pressure, like the weight of a soft blanket pressed by night's own hand. You are not floating. You are not grounded. You are held. Completely. And so, the story has faded, and you did not even notice. There was no closing line. No ending sentence. Only a deepening quiet. It is not that the cat has disappeared. It is that you no longer need her form to remember her peace. Her walk, her eyes, her silence, they were never the story. They were the key. The key to this. This space beyond sensation. This hush that hums beneath thought. This sleep that knows no beginning and welcomes no end. And now, in the softest corners of the world, your stillness sends out ripples. Not loud, not bright, but present. A cat may appear again in someone else's dream. She may walk softly across a cloud of someone else's mind. And in her quiet breath, she may carry the calm you now radiate without knowing. Because peace is not kept, it is shared. And yours now is endless. You do not stir. You do not rise. You remain. Here, in the place where even dreams go to sleep. A breath within a breath. A hush inside the hush. A sleeper wrapped in sleep. Forever safe. Forever soft. Forever still. The story has ended, and yet the silence remains. It stretches on not as an echo, but as the purest form of rest. It doesn't fade. It doesn't dim. It settles. And so do you, deeper with each breath, deeper with each heartbeat that forgets to count. You are no longer the listener. You are no longer the dreamer. You are what remains when all stories have been told. The cat is no longer beside you, not because she is gone, but because she is merged with your stillness. Every pause in your breath carries her whisper. Every flicker of warmth at your back carries her shape. Every space between your thoughts is her step. You are not alone. but you have forgotten loneliness. You are not guided, but you have no need for direction. Because in this place, you are no longer being carried, you are carrying. You hold peace now. Your peace now. The lanterns that once lit your way flicker faintly somewhere in the folds of dream, but their glow is not for guidance anymore. They light the way for others. And you still, silent and softly curled in rest, are one of them now. A quiet presence in the background of someone else's night. A breath on someone's cheek. A moment of stillness in a restless mind. Even in your silence, you give. Even in your sleep, you shine. Not brightly, not loudly, but fully. And this is your story now. Not written in words, but in the weightless curve of your rest. You do not stir. You do not speak. You only continue. As hush, as cloud, as dream, as the place where the cat once walked, and now always will. The final folds of the dream begin to close, not as a door, but as a sigh. A long, contented sigh that carries no sadness, no parting, only fulfillment. You do not feel it happen. You are too deep, too soft, too still to notice. But the hush around you changes, just slightly, as if the fabric of the dream is tucking itself in. And you, still wrapped in it, remain unmoved. Because here, even change is gentle. You have become part of the quiet that shaped you, woven into the dreamscape like a thread made of breath. No wind disturbs you. No thought rises. You are no longer a character within the dream. You are its atmosphere, its rhythm, its calm. The cat no longer walks, because she has walked all the way into you. You carry her now, without knowing, the way mist carries memory, the way silence carries meaning. And she carries you too. In every footstep she takes through skies unknown to waking minds, she leaves behind a trace of your stillness. And in that way, the hush continues. You do not wake. You do not want to. Because in this place, there is no after. There is only more. More stillness. More rest. More of the perfect, slow unraveling of all that once felt heavy. The story is finished. The dream is whole. And you are not a part of it. You are what it became. Soft, endless, unmoving, and held. No more chapters. No more steps. Only a soft continuation, like the last thread of twilight before true night settles in. And even that image is too vivid now, for you have passed beyond all pictures, all symbols, all shapes. You are not within the dream anymore. You are the breath it takes as it goes still. Your thoughts do not return. They rest, folded like blankets. Your body does not stir. It belongs to the silence. And your name, it sleeps now, cradled in hush. The cat is long gone. And yet, she is everywhere. In the rhythm of your breathing. In the warmth behind your heart. In the weightlessness between your ribs. She is not watching. She is not guarding. She is remembering you. Not in form, but in feeling. Because this dream, the one she brought you into, the one you now drift through without need or direction, will remember you long after waking has claimed your body again. It will remember the shape of your stillness, the sound of your rest, the weight of your peace. This is the gift. Not just the sleep, but the depth. Not just the journey, but the drift. Not just the hush, but the home inside it. You will wake someday, but you will take this with you, and it will hum quietly in the background of your days. A memory that cannot be recalled, a warmth that cannot be named, a silence that cannot be touched, but that will always, always be with you. And when you return, for you will return, as all dreamers do, the cat will find you again. She will walk across the clouds of your mind and guide you once more into this endless, gentle sleep. And so you remain drifting, held, weightless in a sky made of silence. The story has folded into itself. The last echo of narrative has dissolved into calm. There is nothing more to say, not because nothing matters, but because everything already does. Perfectly, quietly, fully. You do not need the cat now. You do not need the path. You do not need a mirror or a staircase or a dream of stars. You are the hush that came after. You are the stillness that stayed. The soft, cradled quiet that cannot be described, only felt beneath thoughts, beneath breath, beneath even the motion of time. You are sleep as it was always meant to be, undisturbed, undirected, unending, a peace not found but remembered, not held but lived. And somewhere, in some dream far from now, someone else will feel a gentle touch, a weightless presence brushing across their slumbering chest, cool as mist, light as breath. A shape with no form, a silence with silver eyes. And it will be you. The calm you carry now will travel with the cat, soft and eternal. You will rest here until you rise again, without urgency, without memory, without even knowing how deeply you slept. But when you do, the world will be just a little quieter around you. The hush will hum beneath your waking steps. And a part of you, still curled in cloud light, still glowing faintly from the inside, will always remain here, as sleep, as silence, as the final trace of the cat who walked through clouds.